Party people and the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street, we're James in the Games. Stepping back in to our Star Control 2 Let's Play. It's episode 9 now. And if you recall, or if you don't recall, the very end of last Sunday's episode, in addition to watching the Pakunk and their little circle of influence on the star map fade to memory because I was not able to prevent them from their misguided attempt to reunite with the Yehat, their cousins. But in addition to that, there was a success. I was able to secure the mysterious specimen that the Vuxian Admiral has offered to exchange Shofixti maidens for. So this, I have an inkling. As I fire up the game here, I have an inkling that this is going to wind up revealing that the quest chain that would have allowed me to save the Pakunk. Just too late now, and that's a shame. But I think it'll have other benefits too. And maybe I'm wrong anyway. Maybe there was an entirely unrelated way to save the Pakunk that I failed to find. Oh, Pakunk, we hardly knew ye. Okay, just getting my... There we go. Spreadsheet open here. So today's episode can't be too long. Got company coming. And it's been a week. There's a lot going on. But this game's got its hooks in me. So we're going to put some time in. Nonetheless. Despite all those obstructions. So let me just mess around with my volume a bit here. Try to get the mix right. Okay. So, I believe that save file 1, mid-journey to Linsis, is the one. Oh, that's too loud. Something happened to my audio on my PC. I'm not sure what, but the relativity of the different volume levels is destroyed. It no longer corresponds to what it used to. Much more volume from lower numbers. Very strange stuff. But that's all right. Okay, so here we are, Gamma Linsis. I'm just gonna double check my search log to make sure that it's Delta Linsis where I found the specimen. So it's just hitting Gamma Linsis for the sake of heading home well stocked. So let's let's check the ship manifest, see what the cargo situation is. Back home, we don't have a ton of resource units going on, but we're doing okay for harvesting while we're out here. Oh, look at this girl, this brave girl behind me. You might be tough to see at this distance, this little one over here, but she had major surgery. So you can see their back shaved down. You might not be able to see. There's a 5-inch sutured up incision down her back. She's recovering very, very well. In fact, she's decided for herself. The vet gave pain medicine, a course of pain medicine that would have run through till tomorrow morning. But she decided last night that she was good now. She will not tolerate any more pain medicine after having been remarkably patient about it. When I think, to some degree, she realized there's a correlation here between this really, really bad taste that I hate and the pain in my back lessening. Okay, so on our way home to our home planet, Earth, let's stop off. We've narrowed the Thradash circle of influence by manipulating them into launching themselves into the Korra Urquan civil war and getting all messed up. Little shady as far as tactics go, but it worked. Can't argue with success. So that should hopefully allow us to pillage in their former circle of influence on the way. Hopefully we find something good. Got a full fleet. Got not a full crew, but 3/4 of our original crew complement. And here we go. We're being chased. But thruster speed at max, we're not so easily catchable. Might not have to deal with that pursuer until we return to Earth and then set out again. But we'll see how that works out. I am still personally riding high off of Forgotten Circles last night. We were playing a scenario that we had gone through twice and failed at both times, coming fairly close the second time. But we went in and we were in a dicey position because the Beast Tyrant's beast got killed, which greatly reduces the effectiveness of the Beast Tyrant. But fortunately, the Beast Tyrant has the ability to swap the locations of people on the board. And since the scenario we were in included 2 enemy factions who were both hostile to us, but also hostile to each other, we were able to manipulate the board somewhat to that degree, get the enemies working for us to help us defeat each of them. And then at the very end, it all just came together beautifully. As the diviner, I used my diviner power to let the Craighheart look at his attack modifier deck and rearrange the cards, which allowed him to set up to finish off the boss in that had shield 3 and 15 hit points left in a single shot, because he was able to arrange to do his most powerful attack with a ×2. That turned out to be the last thing he could possibly do in the fight. He was our strongest fighter. He's gone, and the rest of us rallied, and even the Beast Tyrant without Beast managed to play a big role in the climax, and we all we came together. Oh, it was beautiful to see. And in the end, we took it on home, and it felt real good. I was up late. My voice is a bit sore from all the triumphant shouting, but that's okay. Here we are. Okay. Lots of gold on this treasure world. Gold and I know there could be some platinum. Doesn't matter. It's all fungible. As long as it's a precious mineral, I'm happy. And we're probably far enough from the star here. I've never seen anything living on a treasure world. I'm glad to see that trend continuing. Remembering just now to turn down the CPU cycles on the DOS box from 5,000 to 4,000 for optimal fluidity of control. And here we go, slurping up the precious. Oh, then we make more than one trip, which I'm not complaining about. The gravity's, there is a fair amount of fuel consumption for these landings, but we can afford more than 1.4 units of fuel with the amount of precious minerals we're returning. So it all works out. No threats, no risk, no complaints. Very good. Let's keep heading in towards the core. One of the major resource management challenges in this game is that even when you're heading out for a mission, let's work our way in order from outer to inner. Whoops, we're in hyperspace. Can we get back in? Well, okay, we're going to encounter this almost certainly Slilandro drone right now. Yes, it is. Not really any point in conversing, but let's see. Anything new? Nope. No new dialogue options. Every now and then we fought enough of them, it tosses out a new dialogue option for us to choose. Not this time. So here we go. I don't want to get this human killed, but besides the returner itself, this is our best bet. At least my best bet for winning this fight efficiently. We'll see what we can do. Here we go. Thrusters to full. We gotta not hit the planet though. Direct hit on the Slilandro. Damn. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm off my game in a terrible way at great cost. That was sloppy. You might have gathered I did not. Okay, Snurfle, let's see what you can do. The Landro drones are really good at avoiding butt missiles, which is frustrating. And I'm still using my vastly inferior control scheme, where my ergonomic keyboard will not allow the default keys to actually function for me in an ergonomic way. And so, 2 direct hits. Okay. It really sucks that we lost that Earthling. And the 18 crew members, let's not forget. 4-1 out, 4-1 out. Oh, goodness. That was bad. Hit the planet like a fool. Alright, if I lose this Spathia looter, we're just gonna do this over. No. No, come on. Take your lumps, kid. Pretty much need to for the Spathi to get a hit, you need them to drain their battery, which means risking them getting close enough and hoping that they don't snag another asteroid. It just occurred to me, dude, asteroids don't seem to regenerate in the battlefield, or do they? Oh, they're never mind. I thought, is it possible to wage a battle of attrition because the Salandro need to collect minerals to regenerate. Okay, this is a disaster. I've lost far too many crew. We're gonna do this over. Well, I got my sea legs back. Yeah, no, brutal. Brutal. We gotta stop wasting lives. I got a stern lecture from the Starbase commander last time. Well, that part was easy. Okay, do-over, but hey, now we know. We're going to be glad that we came to this particular place. Let's try this again. And come what may, we'll accept what happens this time. Just, I keep saying this, and I do need to do it. I need to figure out how to get the key configurer running, because the default key configuration, my ergonomic keyboard makes it non-ergonomic. And so I'm using a really sloppy method of pressing the buttons on this terrible controller, but relying on the much more accurate keys for my rotation and thrusters. But the computer won't accept, or the game, I don't know if it's the software or the hardware, but there's no possibility for inputs from both at the same time. So there are a lot of moments where I'm trying to shoot, and I would have fired off a shot, and maybe I even had it lined up. But I'm hitting it at the exact moment that my thruster, I'm pressing a key, and so it just doesn't happen. Very frustrating. But what can you do? Get better at the game and fix the keys. Those are 2 options that I'm well aware of. But yeah, it's impressive dedication to the game period, but I'm even squeezing it in like this. I don't quite have the level of dedication to find time to squeeze in figuring out how to get the damn. It's a separate program to configure the keys. I don't know why. Some limitation of the time, I guess. They hadn't discovered the technology for having an options menu within the game that allowed you to change the key bindings. So, yeah, maybe this week. But, probably not. I don't know. It's a busy time with the teaching online, but having to be kind of prepared to return to in-person learning in a couple weeks, but also kind of prepared to just do the whole thing online if that's how it shakes out. Strange times. So this time, I think the key strategy this time is going to be to not accidentally drift back out into hyperspace and then fight incompetently against our one enemy out there. done a mineral scan. Once again, because you gotta do the scan. It would be super tedious to try to manually locate everything, and then there's not much else to it but to get moving and do your best. With really, like, with the tectonics of level 3, you do see these earthquakes, but you get a decent warning. There's not a lot of them. They're avoidable. Especially if you've mastered the art of turning the CPU cycles down 20% when you launch the game. Right, 2 trips. Heading back down. So, I gather that it must be the case that for the large majority of planets that don't have plot importance were probably procedurally generated somehow. But they're not procedurally generated in a roguelike fashion for every game, I don't think. I think you wind up finding the same resources in the same places. I could be totally wrong with that. It's quite possible I'll find out, because this is a game where you could wind up, you know, you can see the star calendar there, in addition to the star map. Well, that time keeps on marching on in this game, and events take their own course. So it's possible, especially because I'm going in blind here. I've never played this game before, and I'm not taking any, not looking at walkthroughs or anything. So whole planet full of whatever, common minerals, not worth the effort of landing. Here we go. I think this is probably. No, it's not a gas giant. It's a xenolithic world. You know, not a ton down there, but nothing's alive down there. Nothing to be super concerned about. Small amount of precious minerals, and it looks like a small deposit of base metals. Should pay for the landing, and that's enough for me. I mean, all the better if there's a net profit. But if there's no net loss, you take what you can get. Boom. Okay. From 8 to 7. And so forth. You know how numbers work. Oddly enough, reading about star control led me to learn about the Starflight games, which share a fair bit of DNA, and some of the same people worked on them with star control. Although the Starflight are more explicitly traditional RPGs, and apparently quite well regarded. And so, which puts another thing on my long, long list. What I would like to think we're going to achieve here this year in terms of retro RPG Let's Plays. I want to get through Star Control. And that might take 2 playthroughs, and those might be spaced out. But I'd like to do that. I would like to do Ultima 6, which I keep saying I'm starting soon, but I am. I got some stock images that I think are going to work decently to provide a background. It's just going to be like a pixelated forest or a pixelated vista. Overland travel is called Auric World, baby. Love gold. Alright, anything alive down there? Nothing. No energy. The class 3 weather, class 2 weather, class 3 tectonics is low risk indeed. So let's scoop it up. I gotta think if private spaceflight ever leads the billionaires of Earth to discover that their entire planet's made of solid gold, that we will get corporate space wars. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, both in their combat suits, engaging in single combat on the surface of the Auric World's moon or something. No, I don't think that either of those gentlemen seem actually very likely to themselves engage in the combat. Maybe I'm being unfair to the physical courage of Bezos and Musk. Who knows? I think after Bezos did his whole I'm going to space, and then only went to not even quite into near Earth orbit. Yeah, I don't think he's strapping on He's strapping into the Macross space combat robot suit or whatever himself. That's clearly a gas giant. So thank you very much, Planet 6, for your 1 golden moon. Let's head on to Planet 5. See what's... no. I don't want to fight that Slilantro right now. This looks like another gas giant, but it's got a moon. So let's see what's happening on the moon. Boom. Coming in. Yeah, so, okay, Ultima 6. This. So that's 2. And then there's a bunch of maybes in my mind, which include Starflight, like I just said. The Magic Candle, if you're familiar with it. I received Wizardry 8 as a Christmas gift. This is a distressing thought because my buddy sent it to me and he said, because it's a game that he really likes. He plays it once a year, I think he told me. And so he gifted it to me for Christmas on Steam. And he said, you know, for your ongoing retro adventures. And it's not a great thought when you realize that a game that came out in this millennium, when I was almost an adult, is retro. But what are you gonna do? I guess we all have to grow old. At least I still look great, right? Right? Sound off in the chat. Yeah, so I don't know. Wizardry 8, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm playing Wizardry 1 in my own time right now, and kind of the feeling I get is that it's not great Let's Play content. I might fire it up one day and just like do like, hey, check out Wizardry, folks. This is what it's all about. But I can't imagine it being fun to watch someone, because a lot of the process of Wizardry is like painstaking graph paper mapping as you inch your way through uncharted floors. And then on the flip side, oh man, thank you, Xenolithic World. And there's one life form down there, so that's lonely. Let's collect that specimen and see if you can have a good time with. Oh, it's on the move though. Well, we have shields to protect us from indigenous life forms when we're in our planetary lander. So let's try. Whoa. Ha! Well, great, I guess. Defeated that little monkey. Thank you, Planet 3. But yeah, so, I mean, Wizardry 8 I'm going to assume is a lot different than Wizardry 1. They're 20-something years and completely different development teams separate them. Advances in technology. Not that advances in technology had that much of an impact on, say, like the first 5 Wizardry games, which came out between 1981 and 1988 and are all exactly the same. Auric World, baby. Love gold. Golden Moon. Love to see it. Ah, this though is protected gold. So I think I actually gotta, before we go down there, I gotta take a look at the cargo. Yeah, we don't have a lot of free space. And we got this junk we don't need. So put my youthful track and field experience, I'm speaking of course of track and field video games, to work here, rapidly tapping the A button to eject the stuff we don't need into the vacuum of space here. So we're in orbit, and then let's go down and let's get some gold and make some new friends. Looks like we have more than one life form here because they're all moving, but they're moving at vastly different rates. I'm not as concerned with picking up biosamples right now as with getting things that will get... Oh, you know what? I should always be concerned with biosamples because the Melnorm love the biosamples. It's the only way to get Melnorm... Well, not the only way, but the only way I've currently got access to. Whoa. Shields held. These are... I know they're not like limitless shields. But I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm almost positive I've taken damage before. lost crew members despite having these shields, but they're holding up well right now. And, you know, thank you very much, Melnorm. So the Melnorm are always offering really helpful technology. So it's always worth getting some biosamples to trade for credits. Ultimately, I'm going to take it as a really nice sign that, you know, my followers all have stuff to do on Saturday, getting, you know, busy on the weekend, pursuing your own agendas, having fun. This is this is as quiet as the chat can possibly be. Can't remember the last time. I was just here playing quietly by myself. That's fine. I am certainly capable of filling the silence, even without anybody prompting me. But this is as good as time of any for me to keep thinking out loud games I would like to play this year. So, yeah, Ultima 6 definitely on the agenda. Depending on how quickly that goes, you know, am I gonna feel the itch for Ultima 7 or one of the Ultima 6 spin-offs? Maybe. Then whilst other recommendations. I mean, Wizardry 8, Starflight. The Magic Candle sounds intriguing to me. Heavily Ultima inspired, and that dings the bell for me. Okay, we filled our whole ship up. That's great. Okay. Farewell, Moon of Planet 2. Let's just check out the story with the planet. I mean, if this is another Auric world, or another treasure planet in this... No, it's a Plutonic world. Oh. Okay, yeah. Plutonic world made me think there's got to be some, like, something interesting down there. Okay. Yeah, looks like there's good stuff. So let's, no, before we dispatch, let's discard some more junk that we don't need. Oh, base metals. Well, yeah, let's discard base metals even though we're going to be picking more up. Just because there's definitely, you know, rare earths and precious minerals down there. And possibly radioactive. They look more corrosive, although you would think that a plutonic world would have radioactive things. You know, plutonium or whatever. Who knows? Let's find out. Yes, the Magic Candle sounds intriguing. I'd love to do a gold box game at some point, but it seems natural to start with Pool of Radiance, the first one. And I played some of that. I bought a collection, so I have all those games. Or at least all the Forgotten Realms ones. And so I picked that up, and I played a little Pool of Radiance to get the feel for it. It's a ton of fun, great tactical combat. Like I love Ultima, but I'm not going to pretend that its tactical combat is necessarily super deep, at least in Ultima 4, Ultima 5. Oof. The weather is not on our side right here. Astatine. Okay. Alright. Let's count our blessings and get out of here. I remain curious about the inner planet here. So let's pop in and just take a look. Because it's close enough that it could be loaded with radioactives, in which case, yeah, we'll get rid of some more base metals. A rainbow world? Hey, British! Hello! How are you on this, well, it's not such a fine set. Well, we're coming out of a crazy wind and snowstorm here. How are you today? Okay. A rainbow world. Does this tie back to a clue that I've been given? I gotta look through my spreadsheet here. No, I don't see anything that I wrote down. But what I am gonna do... Stumbling is a huge part of my brand, so you won't be disappointed. Advance warning, probably not going that late today. Of course, I mean, we've got plenty of time right now, but probably not going as late as I normally would because company's coming, and did not get all the cleaning done before. So I'll have to do it after. But okay. A rainbow world. What's the story here? I mean, okay. Mineral-wise, looks promising. Biology-wise, nothing lives there. The temperature... Oh, the temperature is too high. We need some kind of thermal shield before we can land there. Or you can just never land there. But either way, we're not going to barbecue the crew. However, adding... you know what? Let's chart a course, get the ship going, and then I will add to the ship's log to note that there's a rainbow world. Something about that seems significant to me. Okay, there's really nothing to do but go home. So let's, there's got to be some sphere of influence here, but let's not let's not poke the bear right now. Let's hit the road. Yeah, so... Yeah, it was a wild week here between, yeah, little kitty had surgery. She's recovering great. Like, it's actually absurd that, like, because she's got like a 5-inch incision down her spine that's all sutured up. And when she came home, the night she came home, like, she could not get comfortable. It was really hard until enough time had passed to, like, give her the pain medication, and then it kind of knocked her out. And then, like, she was definitely still feeling it for the next few days. Like, yesterday, even, like she got so cooperative with the pain medication, even though she hates, like, because you got squirted in her mouth, doesn't taste good. So, like, she obviously hates it. But she got to the point where, like, she refused it when I tried to give it to her at the normal time yesterday. She ran away. I was like, I'm not gonna overdo this because, you know, I don't want her running around frantically and jumping and stuff because you know, she's got a 5-inch sutured incision on her back. So I didn't force it. And then, like, maybe a half hour after she normally would have had the medication, I went in and she was just, like, laying on the bed and not at all, like, she could not get down or, like, curl her back in any way. She looked unhappy. And I went over and I was like, do you want the medicine now? And she, oh, I didn't need to stop halfway. The Spathi are our buddies now. We can just shoot right through here. That's great. Taking it on home to Sol. The Solar System. So yeah, when I finally went to do it, it was the easiest, because I've done a fair bit of pain medication for cats in the past few months, and this was, she just like actually opened her mouth and, like, just let me do it. Wasn't trying, like, her sister was pretty cooperative when she had her surgery, so she would, like, not run away or anything, but she would be like when I was a kid getting eye drops, like, trying her best to be like, ah! But as soon as her mouth snapped open, she would, like, ah, ah, and, like, jerk away, and I had to, like, be really quick to get it to her. But this time, Abra she was just like, yes, please. And I squirted in her, and she went, instead of, like, getting up and be like, for a little bit, and then, like, running away from me and be like, no more of that. She got it in the mouth and went, and then immediately curled up and fell asleep, like, instantaneously. So, like, yesterday morning, she had recognized the utility of the pain medication and kind of accepted it as a necessary evil. And then yesterday evening, she wasn't having it. And I eventually, like, I stayed up way later than I wish I had. Because I felt an obligation to keep trying. In case, like, if she was going to start hurting in an hour, I didn't want to be asleep all night. She wouldn't take it. And then come this morning, I thought, like, she might be really ready for it now. Or she's going to be, you know, subdued. No, she's just... If it wasn't for the 5-inch incision, you would never think this cat just had major surgery. So, great. The nature of the growth she had means that even though the surgery went great, in fact, the vet said it went pretty much as good as we could possibly have asked for. It's no long-term guarantee that this thing isn't going to come back, and you know. But right now, like, you wouldn't even think she was 13. She's so energetic and happy right now. Doesn't seem to be in any pain. She's doing great, and But it was a big week. I haven't had a good sleep this week. But I got that done. Took care of that cat. Did all my streams. If I'm gonna be an affiliate here, right? I gotta be serious. Gotta show up. Even when you're tired. Alright, here we go, Commander. Alright, no news. Oh, British. I've thanked the Lord. I've never had to give these cats pills, but my buddy and his partner had to pill their cat every day since it was like 2, and so what they do, instead of trying to trick them, which is one approach, except that, as you've noted, cats are pretty crafty about this stuff. I don't want that part, so I'm gonna go around it. What they do is they wrap her. They come up on her with a blanket and they wrap her so that they've got her arms are all constricted, and then it's a 2-person job. But then the other arm just come up, pop it in. Yeah. I'm okay. Did I do? No, I didn't. Good, because I do love watching this count go. I think this is gonna be a pretty good one. Starting slow. I mean, starting with base metals. It's always a good sign. You have a full cargo hold. And base metals were the worst thing you picked up. So much precious. Aces. Very little in way of radioactive units. That's alright. Boom. More fuel from the fire. Courtesy of Captain James. Alright. Oh yeah, what's the analysis here? Yeah, this specimen. Man. It's certainly good luck that I had acquired the shield from alien life for the planetary lander, because I do think that this specimen that I've been able to capture for the Admiral VEX would have made very short work of a planetary lander without those shields. Yikes. Yes, summary. What? I guess the commander is really stressed out about this specimen too, for getting the extremely basic idea of sharing the data and then giving a summary. Alright. Great. Don't worry, Commander. We're going to get rid of this thing. And the Shofixti maiden should be better. Didn't update the ship's log while I was flying because I was talking about Abra. So here we go. Just give me a moment here. Okay, I did planets 9 to 2. And planet 1 is a rainbow planet because I feel like that's significant, but I didn't make a note that says it's significant. Well, that's what it is. Maybe we'll find out more later. Okay. Great. Let's get ready. Crew up. Yeah, I found one, Jackalopes. I don't know what it's for yet, but we found it. And it was an incidental discovery because I was just coming back from my successful voyage to acquire this this specimen for the Admiral VEX. So now we have a clear agenda. After well, we got a full fleet. So for now, happy with the fleet. You know what? I'm no good with these with the Zokfot Pit ships. Yeah, so let's sunset that one, and I do love me an Earthling cruiser. So, no. Should have just used the keys here. Yeah, one more Earth cruiser. Whoops. We'll give them a crew. Okay. Losses weren't terrible on that particular journey. Now, let's expand. We got money to spend now. So, Fusion Blaster seems appealing, but so does a Dynamo unit. Let's add a... Let's do two things. Let's expand our fuel capacity even more by removing a regular fuel tank. BZ! Long time no see, buddy. How you doing? And let's get let's put a let's upgrade here to high efficiency fuel systems. Let's fuel up so we have an accurate sense of how much money I got to spend here. So my max capacity is now 310. It'll be great if there's a discovery at some point that lets us improve the refinement process for Starship fuel so it's not so goddamn expensive. Because that's, good God, that's a 6,200 RU fill up. I don't even know that I should be filling the ship up right now. So let's, yeah, nah. Let's draw a line in the sand at 260 for now. And then, yeah, let's get one of these Dynamo units. My assumption is that the Dynamo unit will improve the battery situation. But let's find it. Oh, I've got two of those now. Alright. Well, I mean, I didn't have the money for the Fusion Blaster yet again. But hopefully I can acquire that soon. Make this thing a better fighter when I do have to pull it out. I mean, as it is, the Returner, you know, the Returner wins most of its battles. But it's a question of at what cost, right? We'll have to get that under control. Okay, here we are. We're ready to roll. Let's get out of here. Let's update our save game title. Backspace. Delivery to Admiral VEX. That's not his name. So, delivery to Vuxian Admiral. January 15th. Very good. Busy times lately. I got the company coming tonight. This morning I realized it turned out it wasn't urgent, but a student who I'm writing recommendation letters for, she applies for different programs, contacted me to be like, sorry for the very late notice, Mr. Ross. This was on Thursday, but I just got my application into University of Waterloo, and the recommendation letter will be due on Saturday. And I was like, oh, like, I mean, I've already written a recommendation letter for her. Just the annoying part, you know, you write the recommendation letter when it's a student who you really know and who is really like, and this young woman is extraordinarily capable. It's easy to write the letter, right? It's easy to say, look, here's the reason why you'd be out of your mind to not. Hold on. 2159. What's the due date on the? I must have written this down. What did I do here? Did I mess something up? When does... Yeah. The destruction of the Zeeman system is not scheduled to happen for till 2159. So we can stop at our usual Melnorm buddy. And then from there, we can head into Vuxian space, meet up with the Admiral, make the exchange, and that just might keep us on a chain of events. And we'll follow that thread. We'll see where it leads. Okay, put down the save. We're all fueled up. We're all good. Chart a course. Ensign, make it so. That was decent, Picard. Getting back to at least moderate accuracy with that. So, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. So she told me it was due Saturday, and I was like, man, because once you've already written a letter, it's still painful to update it for new programs because you gotta go to that program's website. So you gotta figure out like what's the address that I should be sending this to, and if possible, you want to figure out a person you can address it to. Just sounds better to say, dear Doctor, whoever, or if you can confirm it's a specific committee, to the selection committee. And of course, there is a committee, but like if it's not mentioned on the website with some official title, I don't know. I'd prefer that to, like, it just seems more on point than to whom it may concern. So but then you also have to go through the letter and find every instance where you said the name of the university you originally wrote it for, and make sure that you've updated it so that you're not, writing to the University of Waterloo, say, and saying this young woman will be a credit to Stanford University. Here we go. Oh, got ahead of myself. Oh, there it is. That's why rainbow worlds are useful. Because the Melnorm pay for the information. Ah, beautiful. Made a ton of money off the biosamples, and let's see what we make. Oh, is that my present balance, my friend? Or is my present balance gonna be even higher? I did, and I hope you like it. Whew! Alright, jeez. We'd be tranking indigenous life forms all day just to make the money you get for going, oh hey, that world is all the colors of the rainbow. Let's jot down where it is. Okay. Well, let's make some purchases. We can get some technology, and I should buy some information. It's frustrating because having not been buying information along the way because the technology was so appealing, when I finally did buy some information, it was old information that I already knew. It's very possible that's going to continue to be an issue here. But alright, I would like to invest, sir. Plans for improving the rate of fire on the lander's stun ray bolt beamer gun. Couldn't hurt. Hook it up. Thank you, sir. What's on the menu next? Yeah, hold on. There's a warranty on this, right? Okay, good, good. All right, I'm reassured. I suspect that it's not actually the case. Okay. Ooh, okay. What's the next technology? Yep. We're inching, like, the Melnorm mostly seem to be all about upgrading planetary landers. And I would love to get them to the point that they give us some kind of thermal shield we can land on really, really hot planets. Especially now that I think about it, when we have to deal with the Mycons, it might actually be necessary. I don't know, I'm assuming that such technology exists. Yep, I'm gonna keep on buying your sweet technology. Yes, I would like to buy that technology you just described. No, sir, it's not about a mighty battle. It's about literally just surviving even the most basic battles. Okay. Okay. So there's a catch-22. Alright. Alright. At some point I should start spending some of these credits on information, but I just want better landers. Because as regular viewers know, I got a stern lecture from the Starbase commander about my about how casual my Zap Brannigan like casualness about protecting the lives of my crew. Oh, sweetheart, you're right. We gotta take a brief intermission, folks. Oh, he's gonna hold on. Let him describe the technology, and then I gotta go feed these cats. I don't know that we're buying much information. Alright, right back, folks. And we're back. Alright. Yes, I would like your hotspot protection. Okay. Great. We'll definitely throw down a save prior to testing out this land on hot planets technology. Okay, 205 credits. Unless this is an incredibly tempting offer, it's probably time to buy some info. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Information, please. Okay. Let's get some useful data on alien races. I don't know. Yeah. The Core Awe themselves told me this. Yeah. Yeah. It's like watching Sunday cable news shows. Learning nothing that you couldn't just get faster and more accurately from Okay, you know, at the very least, this is well put. This is well encapsulating the incoherence. Well, alright, one more. Tell me something about current events, please. No, I don't. I know. Okay. Boom. Yeah, okay. Yep. This is exactly what I'm specifically trying to do today, but it is a good vote of confidence that I'm on the right track. Oh, I know that, sir. Oh, there's two there. Oh, I hear cat tension. The, Astra took Abra being gone for surgery much better than the opposite. But that doesn't mean that she's not, Admiral VEX. There's the Admiral's name. Okay, well, I'm consistently paying this Melnorm for information I already knew. But that, what are you gonna do? At least it's cheap. And in this case, reassuring that I'm on the right track. I'm not gonna kill him. That's not my style anyway. Alright. Thank you very much, my friend. Someday I gotta buy some of that historical information. Of course, it's gonna be like, he's just gonna be like, Star Control 1 was released in, and unlike Star Control 2, is a tactical strategy war game or something. I don't know. It's fine. Thank you, pal. That's not what I meant to do, obviously. Here we go. No, I don't need to... Okay, well, whatever. We're in outer space now. Once again, let's throw a save down on our way to... don't even need to look it up, thanks to our buddy. So I guess that saved me turning my neck several degrees to the right. Totally worth the purchase. Just gotta find Alpha Serenkov in here. I believe it was around here, but nope. Maybe Sextantis? Indy? Beta Indy? Where's Serenkov? Sextantis? Beta Serenkov? Alpha Serenkov. Hopefully we don't run into too many other Vooks on the way, because unlike Admiral VEX, the majority of the Vooks both are repulsed by the appearance of humans and bear a deep personal grudge because one human once said something insulting about the appearance of the Vooks themselves. Okay, let's take evasive maneuvers here. Success. Hold on. Now let's re-engage autopilot. We have arrived. Okay. Oh, this will be helpful. This is the case where my notes will be helpful because... Which planet is it? Alpha Serenkov is on... Yeah, the Admiral's on planet 1. Hopefully we can get there without too many confrontations on the way. Though, do all these Vooks work for the Admiral and therefore not bear me the same grudge? I have no idea. Whoops. There we go. We're back, buddy. Oh man, the music in this game. Can't get enough of it. You know, some humans do the same thing. For a very specific form of whatever. Very specific form of imagination, right? And inspiration. Alright, great. Fair warning to your subordinates. Yeah, we're gonna... Excellent! Excellent! We will. I am very glad that everything's going off here. Oh. Should I be trustful here? I mean, my nature as a person, for better or worse, is to be trustful. Trusting. I'm gonna try it. And, you know, we can load the save if this creates some horrible disaster. Is this it? Double cross coming? But... you son of a bitch. What? Come on. The most wretched? Okay, well. Oh. Oh, is the specimen running amok? He's dead, Zex. Or you are. So... do we just gotta go down and retrieve the Shofixti maidens? Yeah, we can even grab some minerals while we're down there, although obviously our primary objective is to reach that energy source. So actually, let's cut to the chase. Let's not beat around the bush. Ah, stop. Oh yeah. Haha. Man. Hey, I mean, do they look like, you know, half person, half kangaroo? That would be a way to be sure. Okay, well, man, pour one out for Admiral VEX. He died doing what he loved, being a weird creep. Ooh, I do feel good about this. It's nice to see all of those icons there. You feel like you're making progress. Alright. And the next phase is to go and hopefully be able to make contact with the Shofixti and get it going here. So I know that I was just told by the Melnorm where to go, but I don't remember where I was told to go. So where did I write it down? Did I seriously not write it down? Doesn't seem like... No, yeah, I did. Oddly enough, I just put it in the wrong column. Put it in an unused column. Okay, Delta Gorno. If I recall correctly, we're looking to go directly to the outskirts of Yehat space with threw down a save so we can try to make the most direct journey. Oh, that's Capella. Serpentis. Is Gorno over here, actually? Yeah. Okay. And it was Delta Gorno. Alpha. Epsilon. Well, by process of elimination. There we go. Chart a course. Ensign. Make it so. And away we go. These books are pretty chill. I guess, you know, they work for a real strange dude, and now they don't work for that strange dude anymore. Maybe they're taking a few minutes. They can, you know, relax. They're getting their resumes together, brushing up their CV. I know all too well that experience. Competition for my own job closed today, so now it's just now it's, you know, the waiting is the hardest part, and has been since I started asking them to resolve my future contract status last May. But competition is closed, and like reasonably, it's hard to imagine how I could not be the best candidate. And it's quite possible that I'm the only person who applied anyway. It's a brief internal posting, and most people who would be eligible for the internal posting are probably, you know, already doing jobs that are better or equivalent. All right. Well, step one, just see if we can become buddies. Right off. Who knows? We might need to go back to Earth and analyze samples or something. But okay. Now it's hard for him to detect me, so I think I gotta go right up. But then as soon as he does, up. I'm not trying to dodge you, buddy. Okay. Now you know what? I was wrong to say that these people look like half person, half kangaroo. That is not the marsupial that they resemble. Hello, Tanaka? I assure you, sir, it was not me. Maybe I might have one of your sisters all frozen here. It does seem possible that we need to go back to Earth and thaw these young ladies out. Let's try. Let's try speak and reason. I don't think that... Okay. No. Alright. Well, I will murder this guy, but then we're going to load the save, because I don't actually want to murder Captain Tanaka. Plus, it's just friggin' sad. Look at this. Wait, I don't need to murder him. Okay. Let's, hold on. Okay, he's giving chase. Let's blow this, star system. Because it could be like, you know, maybe we got to talk to this other one. I think it was Tanaka and Katana. Maybe Katana is on the planet. Let's try that before we get to before we spend all the time to go back to Earth. It's probably worth just checking the planet. If I keep a good distance from Tanaka there, he shouldn't get a read on me, and I should be able to head to the planet pretty easily. Worked. Who knows? That didn't sound like we were finding anything. It's a Selenic world. There's no base on it. Can't find this Tanaka this way. Or Katana. Okay. Okay. We'll go home, analyze the samples, maybe thaw them out, and we'll come back. We'll try this again. We are getting the Shofixti on site, and maybe not, you know. There's no guarantee that the Shofixti can talk sense to the AHAT and get them back fighting on the side of the Angels, but maybe. Because the AHAT did uplift the Shofixti. That's a relationship that exists between them. Paying attention to the lore and deriving benefits from it. Far different from the experience of playing Gloomhaven, where, or at least especially the Forgotten Circles expansion, which we're doing on Friday nights here at 58 Dream Street. All we do is track down lore in that game. None of it seems to matter or inform anything. It's fun. We're having a lot of fun with it, but they haven't quite. We'll see when Frosthaven launches if they've managed to integrate the metagame and narrative elements better with the scenario level, like nuts and bolts, tactical RPG combat of the gameplay. Time will tell. I remain optimistic. If you've ever tuned into Friday Night Forgotten Circles, you know that Rich is not optimistic. In fact, believes it, cannot be done. Time will tell. Boom. Hit Earth like a dart. Right to the bullseye. Alright, let's talk to the commander. Maybe he's got some news. I hope not. Because it just never turns out to be good news most of the time. No news. Alright. Here we go. No freezer burn. Good. They're not. All right. So some other way, like we gotta get through to Tanaka somehow. We didn't gather any resources on this particular trip, so we're gonna have to head out and gather some resources, and we'll do that in the region of space where the Shofixti are. I'll try talking to him one more time, try some of the other dialogue options, but I have a feeling there's something else I need to figure out. We shall see. Let's update the save though. Please do, British. Luck is certainly going to... If this turns out to be a successful first attempt at Star Control 2, luck will have played a significant role. So please do keep wishing luck. Trying to reach the Shofixti. It's an accurate description of what I'm doing. Let's try it. Head back there, see if we knew anything. Failing that, I don't know. We already strip mined the Gorno systems, but I did a couple of the Kaylee star systems, but not all of them. So there are options here. If there is not yet any way to win over our Shofixti friends. Loads of fuel for near space travel, so let's do it. Hopefully, at the very least, we wind up stocking on back up on fuel, and then if we strike out with the Shofixti, well, first I'll look at my notes and see if there's another pressing thing that I've forgotten. We'll find out if just another event happens as time progresses, and then failing that, There's all sorts of uncharted space. And maybe we'll head to the... you know what? I don't even have the... I had to open the secondary star map. Or not the secondary star map. The included star map. Because maybe another thing worth looking into would be the location of the heirloom. Which, you know, we have no information about except where they once were. Do we even have that information? Never mind. I don't even know this thing. No, there's no. It's not even a former location, former known location of the heirloom. But there is a former known location of the which is actually pretty close. Oh, and there's the Chinjesu. There's a lot that's not even that far from Sol to explore. It's a big galaxy. We're not hurting for things to do here. Hey, no signs of our Shofixti friends. Probably means, wait, did I correctly interpret that visual? No, it's not. Okay, is that their burnt out former planet? No, they probably did just live on this inner planet. Okay, here's a Shofixti. We're gonna explore our dialogue options. Perhaps the fleeing. Think for a moment, sir. Do the Urquan flee? Okay. This is a new dialogue choice. I don't think insulting them is the key. And I don't think, even if I explain to him the war is over, what is he gonna be like? Oh, great, yeah. Obviously, he is revanchist. You know, this is not a guy who accepts a race that detonated their own sun. All right, let's try. Let's see what happens. All right. Fortunately, this is a very escapable battle, and we will continue to escape. Just get a little distance from them and activate the escape chute. And we've escaped. Okay, let's go back in, talk again. Please think this through, sir. Yeah, I know the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results, but I just feel like chasing the new dialogue options, like this is evolving as we continually escape. But I just wish there was an option where I could say, yeah, okay. It would be really helpful to have an option where I could just say, why would the Urquan be letting you live so long? Why would the Urquan be trying to talk to you? Think for a minute about what you know about the Urquan. No, you won't. Okay, no new dialogue options. So let's try. I don't see how this leads to him calming down, but let's try. That's fair. I mean, frankly, that's also my gimmick. Not accepting that the war was lost. I'm not going to kill you, Captain Tanaka. We're going to keep going back until we run out of options here. And okay, he's not saying anything new. So alright, let's chase this one till it's exhausted. It might just be exhaust everything and he finally goes, oh wait, hold on. Alright. You... You're not gonna catch us. Although I really... Come on. Okay. Not the end of the world if we lose a crew member, but... But it might be for that crew member's family. So we shouldn't... If we're not even trying to engage in battle, and we have an easily evadable enemy. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, come on. Pissed off. Just talk. Alright? I think now this is going to close. Looks like there might be, 9 total dialogue options. Except for the just trying to leave. Oh, no, no, no! I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We regret to inform you that your daughter and her fiancé, Corporal McDonald. Okay, so this is just the same thing. Let's keep trying. Might as well. I don't... Is there a... I don't know. I can't fix his sensors. That was really well done by Captain Tanaka to make up for the poor... Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Don't want to lose more people here. Really good work on Captain Tanaka's part to slingshot the planet like that to make up for the fact that his busted down ship. You're never gonna get us. Okay. Playing out the insult exchange dialogue chain, and I don't think it's going to do anything for us, but we won't give up hope until hope is truly lost. How much fuel am I burning? Lots to do this, but hey, that's the fuel is less of a big deal than the lives lost, right? So. Doesn't seem like the insult one is gonna work, but as long as there's new insults, and maybe it is gonna be the watch. I go through all this, and it's just when I pick G, if that's the way you feel, I'll be on my way. And he goes, "Oh, the Urquan would never feel that way." Who knows? Who knows? But oh, ha! Alright. The insults are getting through to him, so let's keep them up. While also... Yes! Yeah! That was... Oh no. No, no, sir. Oh, quite the opposite. There's no sugarcoating this. We got butt blasted, man. It's a really flippant way. No, no. Oh, if he commits suicide. Here we go. Now we're talking. Oh god damn it, Captain Tanaka. Okay. Let's keep let's keep this going. Whoops. Did not mean to enter the planetary orbit, of course. Alright. Now he won't even chase me down to talk. Okay. Well, now we can talk. Nothing new to report. That kind of tracks what I was expecting. What have you been doing? If you're seeking revenge, you're not going to get it floating around. Well, you want to talk about an important duty to perform, and repopulating your species. Like, you do have an important duty to perform, sir. I like the vibes of the Shofixti song. It's not as melodically exciting as some of it. Okay. Yes, I agree. Which is why I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me, Captain Tanaka, while I review what you just said and write it down. On my way home, la da 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 da. Zeta Sextantis has a weird inner planet. Thank you. We'll investigate further. Okay. Oof. Well, I mean, good. Chumawapa! How's it going, buddy? Glad to hear. Review that very quickly. Whew. Forgotten Circles is so fun. I gotta, hopefully, my hope is that when we get closer to Frosthaven, the sequel to Gloomhaven, that we've been mentally preparing to do this show for, I won't. Right now, I'm in the weird position that I'm like running the show. Like, I produce the thing, and I'm running the game, and I'm a player in the game, and I'm the host of the show. And I happen to be playing a character that is necessary for all the Forgotten Circle scenarios. My hope is when Frosthaven comes out, we can maybe not have me playing every time, because I'll be able to have 4 other people play. And then maybe I'll do a better job of explaining the game for the uninitiated. Because I'm certainly not great at it. But what I will tell you, Chumbawamba, is that last night was a glorious victory. It was our 3rd attempt at a difficult scenario, and it all came together beautifully at the end. Okay, deep recon. Did you learn anything there? Beta Brahe, strange activity. Okay. Right. I've already followed up on this, I believe. Okay. Have I... yeah. Beta Brahe, I believe I already went to. But let me just check the search log, the captain's log here. I didn't write it down. But I'm still pretty sure I did. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I did Beta Brahe. And I've retrieved the strange thing, I think. Well, okay. Good information anyway. Kind of doubt he's just changed his mind, but let's try. Ah, great. Yeah, what? Why is Captain... Why are my dialogue options exclusively, being coy here? This seems like something we want to be upfront and explicit about, right from the get-go. Alright, not bad. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's good. This game got a little problematic around the siren and the dialogue options that criticize them for dressing sexy. And yet here they are, 1991, honoring the importance of enthusiastic consent. So that's great. Okay, so I think we probably got to give... Where's Captain Tanaka heading? Yeah, we found the women. Because there's only 2 Shofixti dudes left. Ah, jeez. I didn't pay enough attention just now. Problem I often run into. He just said something important about where he was going, didn't he? Ah, that's something I can look up without feeling like I cheated at the game. So, if worse comes to worse, we'll deal with it that way. Alright. So, the Shofixti are not on side yet, but they're moving in that direction. Just Captain Tanaka's gotta get on down, and from what I understand, their reproduction cycle is pretty rapid. So hopefully it isn't too far into the future here that the Shofixti are on our side. Shofixti breeding. All right. Success. All right. Tiny intermission, folks. I've got to run to the washroom. I'll be right back. Hold on. There. At least get some sound. Alright, we have delivered the ladies, and now we need resources, and then we gotta head back to Earth and stock on back up, and then we gotta figure out what we want to do next. So, here we go, to the star map. Wait, I should check the... Did that again. Oh my! Can't get my keyboard focused on the right apps here. All right, we're back at it. I don't think I actually did any mining when I first came to the Delta Gorna system and discovered the Shofixti. Let's find it. Not thrilling. Nothing too exciting on this Selenic world, but it's a start. Costs barely any fuel to land, which is promising. Let's do it. Just score up some base metals. And you know, if we wind up striking some serious riches elsewhere, we can jettison these if we need to. Otherwise, every little bit helps. Calcium, keep the bones strong for the Warriors of Earth, and all the United Federation of Free Whatevers. I named this organization and I can never remember what I called it. United is the first word, though. I think. Could be. Nah, not worth landing here. Planet 2. We'll hit these red outer rim planets. And probably don't have enough fuel. I might have enough fuel to even try to get to I almost certainly have enough fuel to go to Zeta Sextantis. Because I believe that's just right here inside of Yehat or Vux territory. So pretty close to where we are. Another crummy Selenic world that's not worth landing on. Nobody goes there anymore. Too Selenic. How about you, Planet 5? What do you got for me? You look like you could be radioactive. Dare I hope? It's a metal world. Lots of base metals. And it looks like a tiny bit of corrosives. Corrosives aren't great, but frankly, we'll be doing the metal world a favor if we can get the corrosives out of there. Corrosives are just what you don't need on a metal world. And then they have, you know, tough to be a, you know, a scientist on a on a metal world dealing with corrosion deniers. Rust is not caused by corrosive minerals. Boom. Took a couple lightning strikes, but we have a tiny little lightning rod, I guess, thanks to the Melnorm. So it's nothing. It's nothing we can't shrug off. What have you been streaming lately, Chumbawamba? Still on that, I don't even remember what it's called. I went over and watched a couple of your videos. And it was a, you know, hack and slashy looking kind of RPG type thing. Another metal world. A tiny bit of precious down there. We're going for quantity over quality so far on our harvesting. Hopefully, at some point along the way, we hit a nice, rich oolite world or something like that. We'll see. See what happens. You can only find what you find. Oops. Well, that's a waste of a resort. Oh, I should have done a bioscan now that I know there's biosamples down here. Rapid fire on the planetary lander, very helpful. Guess I'll just have to find the biosamples the old-fashioned way by, you know, moving around. This would be a case where a first-person view from the cockpit of the lander might be helpful. I feel like, well, I guess scale is a big question here, but it does seem like they might be able to see a bit further than I can. Anyway, did I miss a lot? No. In fact, I have turned this planet into a barren metal wasteland. In the service of freedom, so it's okay. I suppose that's what a lot of our climate-denying politicians tell themselves, so maybe I'm actually compromising myself morally here. Who knows? Metal world. Well, might as well. This one's a little denser, so it's going to cost more to land, but I think I was hoping that would be something radioactive. We won't come down a second time here, but fill our boots. There's the awful "you're full" sound, which tells us that we're done here. Great. Let's take a look at the cargo hold. And yeah, I mean, it's mostly base metals. Not really a ton. And we don't have much in the way of radioactives or precious yet, so we gotta step it up. We gotta find higher value junk. But let's let me refer back to the log so I can add the Delta Gorno. Oh yeah, it's been searched. Great. We've done everything but Alpha Gorno in the Gorno constellation. So let's, I mean, why not? Okay, that's a significant development. We gotta... Alright. I feel like the Starbase Commander is gonna have some news when we return to Earth. Yikes. Okay, Spathi, I mean, at least you gave us the blueprints for the eluders, and we still have Fwifo. The Spathi live on through Fwifo. What the... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That's quite a shock. I did not see that coming. I do not think any moment now the massive... I mean, I suppose they did betray the Urk-1 at my command. Is this my fault? Did I do this? War makes monsters of us all, Wibble. Egad. Alright, alright. Come on, Alpha Gorno. Oh! Hey, if nothing else, it's rich in both quantity and palette variety of planets. A couple of potential exotic sites, maybe. You never know, because if I was interpreting the hierarchy of planet colors correctly, which I do not know that I was, violet would be one of the best and purple would be one of the lowest. Auric world, baby. I love gold. Oh. Okay. Did I do Alpha Gorno and not write it down? I guess we'll find out as I progress towards the inner ring of planets. If they're all strip mined, then maybe I've been here before and I just wrote it down wrong. Or forgot to write it down. Crummy old halide world. Those are corrosives. Don't be fooled. You know what? I'm going to double check, but I'm almost positive those are just corrosives. I cannot read the difference between them. Bromine. Yeah. You're no bromine, bromine. Ho ho. Alright, but this does suggest that there is purpose in continuing the search here. And we'll jettison those corrosives into the vacuum of space and move on. Got some moons here. Worth checking. The planet itself, quite clearly a gas giant. So we won't be wasting any time there, but... Acid world. Just a bunch of commons. No, not much use for the... not dispatch. Manifest. To the cargo hold, and we're going to get rid of all these corrosives. We just don't need. Absolutely no chance that I'm going to wind up being like, damn. If only I had jettisoned those corrosives. Ooh, I liked it. Alright. I always hope that the Oolite world will have something exotic. Nonetheless, rare earths and Oolite creatures, it's a thing. The weather and tectonics aren't great, but our planetary landers are equipped for this kind of situation. Thank you very much, Rainbow Planet that I stumbled on, and all the delicious credits that you earned me with my friends the Melnorm. Including my... Oh yeah, it's these fucking duck weirdos. Ah, come on. Even when you hit them, they don't engage. Ah, I got that one at the cost of 1 human life. Oh, stationary creature. Zap. Come on, dude. Got him. Yeah, these giant duck things. I don't know why I call them duck. They do not have bills. Every time I see them, I'm surprised anew that they don't have bills, because I do think of them as ducks. For whatever reason. Ducks are not green. Okay. So they're bird-esque, at least. That's something. Thank you, Wibble. Ah, thanks to my shield, I guess I do have the option of running them over to knock them unconscious. It's not elegant, but it gets the job done. Okay. Moving in a little. Here we go. Planet 5. Planet 5. Planet 5. Here we go. Carbide. Bah. When you see that kind of brilliant red, the young man's heart does cling to the hope that it will be some sort of radioactive planet. Oh well. Can't win them all, baby. Okay. Are you violet? Are you purple? Are you Oolite? There's one way to find out. Actually, I suppose there's more than one way to find out. It's probably quite possible I could type Star Control Alpha Gorno, Planet 3, into Google and just find a fluorescent world, and yet it sucks. Any fluorescent creatures down there? Or 90s kids, as they call them on the internet? We loved our fluorescent clothing when I was a child. Everything was fluorescent in the early 90s. Fluorescent Oreos. That was weird stuff. They taste like Oreos, but they're multicolored. It always kind of bugged me as a kid when you had some kind of multi-flavored treat, but there's no flavors. What? Come on. There. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. Get out of here. Not even worth landing. Oolite worlds are always such a tease. Even when they do have the exotics, they usually have like one deposit. But the exotics are so valuable. You know what? I missed this one, I believe, on my way in. So let's save the inner planet, which I gotta start paying more attention. And like, it's easy enough now that I've mentally connected the orbit color to some of the climatic conditions based on how close it is to the sun and how hot the sun is. It's easy enough to tell which ones are hot, but I gotta start learning which ones are temperate. It seems like they are more likely to reveal something cool to me. Well, we got a little bit of platinum. Earthquakes galore, but they're not really gonna have any big effect on us. These base metals are not a great trade, but it's what we're finding, so for now, keep scooping them up. Alright, innermost planet, and then we gotta hit another system, because right now, I don't have enough to go home and stock back up for another expedition. Come on. There we go. Coming in for it. Here we are. Copper World. Go figure, the Copper World is covered in base metals. And a freaking load of life forms. So it doesn't appear to be civilized. Let's check it out. We're gonna... Fortunately, I found a Melnorm who isn't in the Zeeman system, since we are getting awful close to the scheduled end date of the Zeeman system. So we will still have somewhere to drop off our bio samples. I believe if the extremely likely seeming inference that the Melnorm are one of the races from the Urquan's original galactic civilization, back when they were extremely aggressive, but not aggressive in a we must pacify the entire universe way. You know, back before things got... Stay away, sir. Yep. Alright, we're full up on bio samples. And, you know, we're not Starfleet, but Prime Directive wise, it does seem like the right thing to do to not take everything from such a richly populated planet. So, let's, you know, throw down a partial save, because this is going pretty well. And if some catastrophe strikes, it would be a drag to do it all again. And yet, I just got a good feeling. No catastrophe, no catastrophe. Alright, so this was Alpha Gorno, and we're done with it. Okay. Yes, there are absolutely catastrophes waiting. Make no mistake. But they might not happen right today. You never know. Okay, in the Cayley constellation, I've done some but not all. I did Beta and Gamma. So let's check out Alpha. And we'll see what's going on there. Okay. I talked a good game with this probably being shorter than my usual Saturday stream. We'll see. So I'm having a lot of fun, and nobody's here yet. I mean, nobody's supposed to be getting here until like 6. And here in the Atlantic provinces, it's currently 10 after 4. But I do gotta do like tidying and stuff. And it probably wouldn't... I do have to apply for another job. Not because I think it's going to be necessary. I do believe that I'm just going to be the successful candidate for my own job and breathe a big old sigh of relief. But if somehow it works out that I just don't get my own job, they decide I'm not the best candidate despite 7 years of excellence. If somehow that happens, I'm going to feel pretty stupid if I didn't apply for just another job that I was very well qualified for. Yeah, Chondrite World, you suck. Not stopping there. Let's keep it moving. In my non-streamed gaming, I only have 2 things on the go, to varying degrees. I got Shin Megami Tensei 5, because I do in fact play contemporary video games. For my Switch for Christmas, and it's tough to find the time. Sumerian World. Sumerian Worlds look great, and they never have anything that you'd want to go down for. Now, maybe this one will not be a Sumerian moon, but I bet it is. No. Infrared always is less exciting than you hope it would be when you read the name. Oh well. So The name infrared makes me expect good stuff. It's never there. Suppose that's the same thing. Azure World. Base freaking metals. Alright, no. We can't just rely on base metals. We need to start finding some good stuff. Oh, noble gases down there. Or elements. They don't have to be in gaseous form, I suppose. So let's hit it. I sure do hope, now that the posting is closed, I was hoping that the committee would be like, you know, let's get this over with. And so the posting would close on the 13th, and on the 14th they'd be like, can you interview this afternoon? And then I'd find out on Monday. That did not happen. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if there are any rules governing how quickly they need to go. And I suppose technically, the longer, I gotta stop talking about it like there's some big likelihood that I don't get the job. It's just I can't. I just can't. You can't get the nagging voice of it. I'm a millennial, right? A huge amount of my career has been spent. Yes, I just did this one. So much of my career has been defined by. At the very moment that allegedly I'm going to become, you know, one of the fam, and get some jobs, some long-term job security and such, and the money and whatnot. Then the ladder goes away, and I'm just standing there like a chump, looking for something new. So it's hard not to shake the fear, and like also just like if something bad is gonna happen. It's better if you. I feel like you should have at least acknowledged it as a possibility in your mind for your own sake. And yet, it is probably all me worrying for nothing. Adding Alpha Kaylee. Certainly will be happy when it's over. I can only assume that the general quality of content will go up when there's less discussion of the hiring, the HR processes of the modern Canadian university. We'll see. Alright, here we are, Delta Kaylee. Doesn't look promising for life. I think it's very cold with this tiny sun and distant planets. Fortunately, cryo has never really been a big problem. We don't need cryo sheet. Hell out of here. Lousy Selenic world. It'll just be nice to stop thinking about it and start thinking about like the parts of like, you know, just doing my job. And like right now, like I keep getting ideas for things I could do next time, things we do in the fall term. Oh ho! What do you think, British? Is it a sign? Is it something you're interested in? Another reason I feel like I do need to get this other job application done is because at the very time I've been stressing, during the same period I've been stressing about like, you know, is it going to work out? Is the rug going to get pulled out again? Is the, you know, is the Fire Emblem enemy with a 1% hit chance going to one-hit crit my leader right now at the end of the 45-minute battle? At the very time I was going through all that stress is when this computer science technical communication instructor position got posted. Alright. It's not a lot, but it's exotic. Any exotic life forms down there? No. Here we go. Oh yeah, of course there's no life forms. It's a vacuum. I don't think... I mean, who knows? In the vastness of the universe, why couldn't there be something that survives in a vacuum? Can what are they called? You know, these tiny little... They look like almost like little hippos. They're like microscopic. What are they called? And they can like survive anything. Tardigrades! Can tardigrades survive in a vacuum? And Epsilon! Here we go. Cayley system, not super rewarding. Like the Cayley constellation. Terminology. Shouldn't be sloppy with my terminology right now when I'm trying to secure a technical writing instructor position. This is an interesting little system. Tight orbits around a pretty weak looking star. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't have to say a kind of weak looking star. I can literally just look here. It's a red dwarf. Now that I've got the hyperspace map open, the color chart there is a little more easy for me to interpret than the distinction between radioactives and corrosives. Hello. All right. Oh, saying hello. I think I've... Excuse me, folks. Brief intermission while I help with the front door. Okay, now, situation is under control. We're back at it. Lousy, useless, contrite world. Who needs you? That's definitely... You know that's purple and not violet. Because the contrite worlds suck. But I think broadly speaking, if you put two shades of purple in front of me and ask me which one's violet, I guess I'd say the lighter one, but I cannot... I'm not figuring it out with these planets. Thus far. Hear that Abra is being excitedly greeted out there. Everyone's extra excited now. When Greg was over on Thursday for Friendly Competition, our wrestling video game stream show that we do on Thursdays, Greg and Abra have a fun relationship where Abra loves Greg, and Greg loves that. Like, everybody likes Abra. She's the sweetest cat. But Greg's allergic to cats, so he doesn't want to touch her. So he's like, he's nice to her, and he says her name, and she likes that. She likes to talk to people, and
Greg loves Abra.
She knows her name. Yes, that's what I'm explaining. But he can't touch her. So the situation that he winds up in is that Abra is like sitting next to him and like bumping. Oh wow, my cargo hold is almost full. When I find a good planet, we're gonna have to jettison some base metals. I really do hope I find something good. Oh, you know what? We haven't lost much in the way of crew. We don't need to upgrade the ship. We'll be okay. Okay. Let's jettison some metals. We're gonna wind up picking up base metals again to replace the ones we jettisoned. You know, among other things, because it's kind of tedious to try to get down there and be precise in what I grab. But let's throw out base metals until we have... This is a mineral-rich planet here. Epsilon Cayley, Planet 1. One of the moons, right? This is a moon. This is a moon, not a planet. Anyway. So yeah, usually she's like... Abra puts in a ton of work, and then Greg very reluctantly scratches her for a second behind her ear, and she's like, good. Because she's like, I know Greg's my friend, but for some reason he doesn't like touching me. So if he touches me a little, that's enough. But she just got a full-on ear scratch from Greg on Thursday. So she's having a great time. I think between folks here in the audience and students and friends of my family who have all, there's no way to explain to a cat like it would mean nothing to them to say, you know, lots of people have been, you know, thinking about you and rooting for you. Okay, good. Radioactives and not corrosives. Tough thing to explain to a cat, and yet I know that if it was possible to explain it to Abra, all the people in the world that were pulling for her, that even people she's never even met, I know she'd love it because she just she's loved every single person she ever met. She's not all, most cats, I would say, in fact, are not like that, but Abra absolutely is. And except I can think of one person. There's some lady who was buying a coach from me like a decade or more ago off Kijiji. And while she was there, she reached out towards Abra, and Abra hissed at her, and she went, "Weird cat." I was like, "No, lady." I mean, I didn't say this to her, but I was thinking, like, "Now, there's something wrong with you. Like, you're I don't know why, but something iffy about you, lady. Like, I trust this cat's judgment here." All right, I'm satisfied with this haul, and I mean, we're done. Are we done with the Kaylee system? Let's hit the one last moon here. It's not going to, it's not gonna, oh, never mind. Yeah, okay, yep. Bye-bye, base metals. We hardly knew ye. Keep choosing dispatch, because I want to oh, I picked, right. There were a couple of sulfur deposits on that metal world. And some base metals, which we will mildly upgrade to the 33.33% more valuable noble gases, noble elements, noble gases, solids, and liquids, perhaps. Anything living down there? Nope. I'm not crashing anybody's party. I might have discarded more than I can pick up, or than there is to pick up, but who cares? I think I definitely over-discarded. Oh well. So not actually that profitable, but it is what it is. I do think wait for the drop. Wait for the drop. All right. Yeah, Chumbawamba, especially from what I can tell in the news in America, because with all this, you know, you read the news from America and it's all like, oh, the inflation, and what they're talking about is just people getting paid more, because once some people are getting paid more, you can quit your job and you can try to go somewhere else. And then especially when you had that, you know, various forms of government assistance through the pandemic. Of course, the awful political situation in your country, tough for them to keep that going, but it is beautiful to see people leaving jobs that don't do anything for them, going for something else. And it's beautiful to see all the angry, furious posts from bad employers who are like, no one wants to work anymore. It's a labor shortage. Is it a labor shortage, or is it a nobody wants, like, people who want to work for you shortage? Is it people? It's a people who are desperate enough to work for some jerk who thinks that because his dad gave him a loan to start a small business that he's you know, king shit. He can treat people however he wants. Ba-bum, 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 bum-bum. There's a lot to be said for not being treated like garbage. My first job, I don't need to name any names here, Rob Ogden. I was working, I worked for A&W in the mall here. Yeah. Are you still working in hotels, Chumbawamba? Because there probably is a lot less travel and hotel staying going on. Yeah, when I worked at A&W, there's one really busy day I remember that the owner was in working the line with us for so many of us. So I was on fries, and he was next to me on the chicken fryer, and so he sees me taking the fries out all day, and we're like desperate. They're like our manager was a nice enough young woman, but she did not really have the temperament to deal with a stressful workday in a healthy way. So she's, move it, get those, get the fries up. Why aren't the fries up? So I'm like dumping them out as fast as I can. And at some point, Rob goes, hey, just don't worry about Gina. Like if you take the thing, you take the fryer out like this and like put it up like that and like shake it for a while. Let the oil drip out. There won't be so much oil dripping. And I said, oh yeah, you know what? Thank you for that suggestion, because, and I pointed at my arm, which was of course covered with grease burns, oil burns. I was like, I'll probably burn myself a lot less this way. And I swear that he looked me right in the eye and he said, no, I meant because the oil is really expensive. Couldn't even let me, I gave him the opportunity to be a cool boss and be like, yeah, I'm just looking out for my employees. And he was like, no, I need to clarify. I'm just a cheap, greedy person. Yeah, tell me about it, Mr. Commander. Yeah. Oh, they've left here too? Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's a straightforward situation in terms of how to investigate, although it's certainly not promising in any way. Because apparently the commander doesn't know that the entire Spathi circle of influence has been removed from the map. All right. Yeah, Chumbawamba, I was mostly able to avoid being on fries or in the kitchen at all because I was terribly uncoordinated at the time, and I'd never cooked before I worked at the A&W. So I was absolute shit in the kitchen. But then also, as you might have gathered, I do like talking and I do like people. So yeah, Stimpinski, we got a fleet going, baby. And hail, by the way, good to see you. Yeah, so I wound up, turns out nobody wants to work cash, and I just assumed, obviously you want to be on cash, just like saying hi to people. You don't want to be in the kitchen burning yourself all day. So I got to spend most of my time not burning myself, which is great. But that one day, oh man, I'll never forget this guy. No, it's because the oil is really expensive. Get out of here. And British, I did see that you said something. Oh man, that's the stereotype when you think of a German workplace. At least, for me, you think of like you imagine management and labor relations being healthier in Germany. So I'm really sad to hear that at least in your job, management is not coming through for you. That's a drag. It sucks. Bad management can make even like a really great workplace just crummy. Commander, I'll do it if I can. I'm not going to go looking for them just yet, but if I stumble across one, I'll blow them up. Just for you. Alright. So, it does seem like our final task today ought to be... How about that? Barely lost any crew. I've never worked in a hotel, Chumbawamba, but I knew some people. Yeah, like, excuse me, you want to fire me over one wine glass, sir? Like, have you read the news? You're gonna be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen, calling up the media to be like, nobody wants to work anymore. Yeah, British. That's a situation I'm a bit familiar with. I've had workplaces where it's like, doesn't have to be like this, and like, you know, everybody seemed well intentioned, but it could be frustrating. Okay, we don't want to fuel up all the way. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Lousy controller here. Hitting down when I don't want it to. Okay, let's leave the analog stick alone entirely, and I'll do it with the return key. Yeah, especially in this economy, Chumwampa, you want to be a jerk. You gotta show me the money. I'm not taking your abuse for free. I'm very fortunate that, like, obviously, you can tell my job has caused me some stress because of the uncertain, how long it's taking to resolve my future and let me know. But I'm very fortunate that the people, like, great management in the sense that, like, I don't know about running the whole faculty. I'm not involved. But to the extent that I interact with the dean, you know, no problems there. And excuse me, I'm being called to the other room. Okay, more intermissions than ever before. Yeah, we're close to wrapping up here, but let's preliminary investigation into this Spathi situation seems like a good way to wrap up today and set me up for whatever might come next. But yeah, I got a good management situation for the most part. Every now, I would say that my associate dean is a lovely man who I love working for. And hey, British, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that it's I don't know. Everybody should be, if you work, you should be fine. Frankly, I'm one of those dudes who, like, it doesn't even, if our welfare systems were actually so porous that there were people who could just take welfare and just live off it, which is clearly not true, even though you hear people rant about it as if it was true all the time. My thought has always been like, I don't care. Whatever. Like, that sounds like a horribly boring life to me. I wouldn't want to do it. But fine. If having a very small amount of money and doing nothing productive is what you want, I'd still rather that you didn't starve, or that your kids didn't starve, or whatever. But especially, yeah, like, if you're working, they should pay you enough that you can live your life. Yeah. So my boss, yeah, the associate dean is a lovely man. I was happy when I heard he was becoming the associate dean. If I could stop him from retiring, which I know he's going to do, I would. Just keep him in the role. Which is not to say that now and then he hasn't caused some stress to me through his decision-making style, which can be kind of forgetful, such that he tells you it's going to be one thing and it's another. And it's not because he lied to you. It's because in the like 10 days between when he told you what was going to happen and when he put it into work. Just it slipped his mind, and so it went in differently. If that's the worst thing you got going on though in your job, and the work you do is enjoyable, and the money's not bad, no complaints. I can live with the end of semester crunches and all that. So I'm very blessed, and I wish that everybody could have as good a situation as me. Okay. Yeah, this is a lame reference. We're gonna go, dude, where's my Spathi? Probably use that as the title of tomorrow's show if we don't just find the answer right now in the last few minutes. I hate Undercover Boss so much, British, for exactly that reason. It's like the, you know, you see like news stories all the time where they're like, they try to present something as inspiring. You know, like this employee, you know, couldn't afford his rent, and so his boss gave him lots of overtime, or like some you know, you see nonsense like this that tries to present like one person managed to eke out survival due to the immense generosity of a few other people in this broken economy. And it's like, this doesn't, I don't feel great about this story. And then Undercover Boss is like that on steroids for exactly what you said. At the end of the episode, they do something nice for one person. They don't go, you know, holy moly, I just realized we need to be paying our entry-level workers $15 an hour, and I don't care if the U.S. Senate is too broken to pass Biden's agenda. We need paid parental leave. Okay, where was Spathima? I think it was Alpha Illuminati. Maybe it was Theta. Well, let's check. No, I feel like too hot there. Oh, well, health insurance. Then like insurance is a questionable kind of market to begin with. Why did I not write down where Spathima was? That's fine. It's fine. Chart of course for Delta Illuminati. Ensign, make it so. Got like at most like 15 minutes here. So we're probably not going to solve the entire mystery of the Spathi disappearance, but get started. We'll wrap up good. And then I'll get down to business, finishing my tidying. I thought it was coming along pretty well. I was informed during the intermission that there's actually a lot more for me to do. So it goes. Always a sign that we've come close to the end of an episode if 5 seconds go by and I don't say anything for them during them. Oh, right. Delta Illuminati is where I made my one note of fire hot. GoFundMe's for medical bills are horrifying. Period. British, absolutely. And then just like, yeah, insurance is a, you know, there are ways in which it can be a worthwhile, but like the U.S. health insurance system obviously is catastrophic because it's just, you know, the money is in not providing the healthcare or in bankrupting people for basic healthcare. We're gonna find out. 1700. You know what? Maybe we should test our new systems. on a further out planet of this very, very hot star. Because even our protection here, like, I don't think this blue planet is going to have anything worth getting. But as a trial to see if we can land in a very hot place with the new thermal shields. 540 degrees Celsius. That's a little more reasonable for a given value of reasonable. Nothing lives down there. So there's no mic on, because what else can live on down here? Alright, and now we find out. Okay, yeah. So the thermal shields seem to treat flames in the same way that all the other shields treat their things. Mostly blocking it, but then allowing it in some instances. Ooh, share the link, British? I'd be intrigued in looking at this spectrum comparison. I remember on Facebook getting into a reasonably friendly argument. Oh ho, Alley Cat. So yes, Admiral VEX was very fond of the gift, as I'm sure you know. But as it turned out, he wanted more. He wanted me forever. However, there was an issue here. It's a classic. Be careful what you wish for. He wished for a recklessly destructive beast that is extremely hard to contain or control. And he got it, and that was the end of his story. So we secured the Shofixti maidens from the planet. We have unfrozen them. We have talked some sense into Captain Tanaka. He's working hard on repopulating the Shofixti people as we speak. Oh, I did write down where it is. Epsilon Gruis. Yeah. So yeah, British. This is exactly what I wound up talking to a woman from America, from the state of Missouri, who's a friend of mine on Facebook. We were discussing gun control, and as you might imagine, we had wildly different views, but stayed fairly respectful. But it got to the point where she said, "You just don't understand the politics here, because like our Democrats are just as crazy in the other direction as the Republicans. Like I'm not saying I like the Republicans, but the Democrats are just as bad." And I tried to explain. I tried to say like lots of Democrats, if they just transferred themselves to America, very few of the Democrats would wind up in our Social Democratic Party. And I even said like Bernie Sanders would have to adjust some of his positions to fit in our mainstream Social Democratic Party that has been the official opposition. They've never held federal government, but they're a viable party. There's an influence on policy and stuff. And at that point she said, "Yeah, you can't talk to stupid. So I think this conversation's done." I was like, I don't feel like I just revealed that I was stupid by making a fairly banal point. But I think for some people from within the American system, it's impossible to imagine that every country isn't just a battle between what they imagine the Democrats to be and what the Republicans are. But like here, we have a whole extra right-wing party to the right of the Conservative Party for all the really aggressive nonsense. And for that matter, we have extra leftist parties. They don't really hold a lot. Neither the far right nor the far left hold any parliamentary seats here or anything. All right, Spathiwa, what's going on? Yeah, like a two-party system. Just I don't know. It's messy in a lot of ways. Okay, bad sign. Let's investigate. It's not like there's some foolproof democratic system that's been defined, but it does feel like when your institutions are structured such that it's always going to be a tug of war between two parties, that does result in some things like, you know, if one party just keeps on going in one direction, kind of the political center of gravity. Exactly, Alley Cat. It's just that you get such a binary, and like American political institutions are strangely structured as well. And yeah, so like all these things wind up, you know, there's no obvious reason why everybody, like, and it's not true that everybody either believes, you know, I think climate change is a lie and everybody should be open carrying fully loaded assault weapons, and also I don't like the existence of trans people, and I want really low taxes, and there shouldn't be social welfare, and the government should not be allowed to regulate workplace safety around pandemics and stuff. And yeah, no, that's what I think we are speaking kind of the same thing, Alley Cat. Because there's no reason why everything should split on this binary and why these particular position standings should be grouped together like that. But a two-party oppositional system just kind of naturally is going to push. Individual people, of course, have wildly heterodox views, but the parties themselves wind up kind of just, in most cases, just on this binary. And there's not, when it's a zero-sum competition between the two parties, it's kind of funny because in America they talk about bipartisanship in the politics so much, and yet when you have two parties, it's a zero-sum competition. You should expect less cooperation than you would in a multi-party system. And that's not to say, yeah, we're going to investigate this for sure. And grab that thing, and that'll be our last act here, I think, for today. Okay. Captain. This is not good. Lieutenant? Oh! Yeah. It's true, Alley Cat. I think a big problem, period, with... Yeah, unless you're a Democrat who is trying to position against the party because the place that you... the state you represent more leans towards the other party. So then you get, you know, you get individual members of a party who might be performatively taking an issue position to distinguish themselves from their I don't know. It's very strange. American politics for non-Americans is I think very often a source of endless fascination. It's just so. I mean, it's operatic in some ways because of the bipartisanship and stuff, or the not bipartisanship, but the two-party system and the constant battle. Okay, large blue machine, piece of paper glued to the side of a device. It's a note from the Spathi High Council. Okay, dear Hunums, how are you? We are fine. However, can we thank you for letting us study your planet Earth's slave shield? Admittedly, it took us some time to replicate the technology ourselves, but we are simply delighted with the results. Yes, sirree, we sure okay. Right. I should have noticed the slave shield and that shouldn't have been there because they were not pacified. But they wanted to be. And that's a nice idea, but I think even in parliamentary systems, it's not always the case. You know, there's certainly, you know, we have whips, you know, in a parliamentary system that try to enforce things down the line to varying degrees. I think what I like about a multi-party system is just that for the voters, it's just if you don't like the way things are going, you have a lot of options to change your vote and see what happens. In theory, I guess one of the nice things about representative democracy is to just be that even if you're not paying close attention to politics, you do have the option to just say, I don't like the way this is going, so I'm not voting for the person who's in there, and I'm not voting for the people I usually vote for because I want to change. For better and for worse. At least I don't know. Who knows? Probably not going to solve politics here at the very end of the Star Control 2 stream, but this has been a very fun discussion, so interesting discussions. Thank you both for sharing your thoughts. Okay. Well, we did solve the mystery of the Spathi. Yeah, in Stempinski, in like a not here in Canada, because we have single member district, first past the post. Not a good system. So it's not a threshold of vote. It's a threshold / concentration of vote. You need the most votes in one arbitrary political boundary, which is, it is what it is. Okay. Well, this, it's funny, at like 2:30 I was talking about how this was as quiet as the chat's ever been. And by the end, we've had some intriguing discussions that went far afield from Star Control. We talked about Star Control 2. Very productive day in Star Control. We found a rainbow planet, which allowed me to buy just a ton of sweet upgrades from our friends, the Melnorm. We delivered the specimen to Admiral VEX, secured the Shofixti maidens, talked some sense into Captain Tanaka. Hopefully fairly soon we will have the Shofixti on board with the rebellion to liberate the galaxy. We lost our allies, the Spathi, but I'm relieved to hear that, you know, sure, Lieutenant Robinson was right. It is bad that the Spathi have abandoned us and now we can't make more looters. But they wanted the slave shield in the first place, and it was a mistake that turned them into battle thralls. So I am glad that they got what they wanted. We got some technology from them. Take that back to Earth, see what that's going to do. And then, who knows? So, who knows what could happen tomorrow? I'm excited to find out, and I hope you are too. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. If you stayed around to the end, if you left and you can't hear my voice right now, and I'm talking to you anyway, I would appreciate you tuning in. This continues to be a lot of fun. You know, if you've been stopping by a few times, but haven't followed yet, you can consider throwing in a follow. Be cool. I'll follow you back. Check out what you're doing now and then. And with that said, hope you all have a lovely evening. You British, but then also all the rest of you. And I'll catch those of you who can make it back tomorrow. And until whenever those celestial bodies align, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.